pricing itself is a strategy, because pricing itself creates a certain perception for what you do, right? For what you do. So let's define what is a high-ticket offer, because I've been talking about offer, but what this training is mainly about is high-ticket offer, how to make those high-ticket offers, right? So let's define it very quickly. One, this is what I call the high-ticket pyramid. I define anything that's below $1,000, that is called low-ticket offer. So if you see me using languaging like, oh, that's a low-ticket offer, that means anything that's below $1,000. Anything that's mid-ticket, that's like 1,000 to 10,000, right? Anything that's high-ticket, that's 10,000 to 100,000. Ultra-high ticket, that's like anything from 100,000 to $1 million and plus, right? And if you are a commission-based professional, right, I would take that as commission. That means you don't create your own product and services, you're just a middle person, right? You're an insurance salesperson, you are selling cars, you're selling, you're in real estate. That means if your commission is less than $1,000, that's low ticket. If your commission is 10,000, I consider that high ticket. If it's like 100,000 up, that's ultra high ticket. Does that make sense? So that's how you kind of what you earn, right? But if you are selling your own offer, your own program, then high ticket, right? So basically 10,000 up. So what high ticket is, it's quite simple. Write this down. High ticket equals irresistible offer plus premium prices. So high ticket offer equals irresistible offer plus premium prices. Premium prices. That's what high ticket offer is. So if you got an irresistible offer and you sell it for high ticket amount like premium price, then it's high ticket. And this is why it's so critical, right? If you are the best, no one would expect you to be the cheapest. If you're the cheapest, no one would believe you're the best. Why pricing is such a critical part of your strategy is if you want to charge for what you're worth and you want to go after the top 5%, 10% of the marketplace, you can't do that with a low price. Like it doesn't make sense to people. Because if you're the best, no one would expect you to be the cheapest. Because if you're the best, you should be expensive. You should be expensive. Does that make sense? Right? So no one would search, when it comes to something important, no one would search, the cheapest heart surgeon in my city. Right? When it's something important, you'll be like, hey, I want the best. Right? This is an important problem. It could be health, it could be wealth, right? It could be relationship. By the way, those are big three: health, wealth, relationship. If it's one of those big three, that people will then pay a premium for. Now, there are something you cannot charge high ticket for, in spite of how much you like it. Example, it would be pretty difficult for me to do a program on like $10,000 on how to use a chopstick. Like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to use a chopstick. $10,000. It doesn't matter how good your messaging is, it's not going to sell. Because it's not a big enough problem that people would pay a premium for. So the high ticket offer has to be something that's a major pain or transformation that you could provide to your clients that they are willing to pay a premium for. Are you with me? Yes or no? Right? Put in the chat. So that has to do with your avatar selection, has to do with understanding the gap, understanding what they need, all of that. It cannot be a small thing, right? Just yesterday, I had a company, a $100 million company, just hire me and one of my mentees to do some private consult with them, right? And we charged them $200,000 for the consult, for the consulting. So why would they pay us $200,000? Because they want to go from 100 million to 200 million. That's why, right? And I said to them, I said the 200,000, it just gets us in the door. as we go and then provide more services, it's not just going to be $200,000. It gets us get started, right? It's probably close to probably $2 to $3 million by the time we're done, right? Depends on how we structure the deal. Does that make sense? So it depends how much you charge. It just depends on what's the outcome you provide. If we help them to generate an additional 100 million, like what's paying us 2 or 3 million? It's nothing. Really, it's nothing. I like that kind of proposition. Just like in the beginning when I taught you, when the believable return on investment, it's apparent, right? It's very clear to your clients that they would be a fool to pass up the offer. That's how it should be. I like that kind of like proposition. So high ticket offer, pricing strategy. This is kind of my go-to. I teach this to many of my mentees. For some, you've heard of it before, but I don't see you use it enough in what you do though. Okay, so, and that's good, better, and best. Right, I call that the 3 boxes. So here's how it works. So you notice in airline, how many have ever taken a flight, right? They have economy, right? They have business class, and then they have first class. You've heard of that before, yeah? Right? And then they came up with economy plus whatever it might be, but really mainly 3, like first class, business class, and economy. Now, here's what's very interesting. I'm going to give you a secret. Are you ready? It's on the same plane. It's the same fucking plane. It takes the same feel. You understand? Right? So the airline came up with the idea, hey, why don't we make the seat a little bit bigger? Let's throw in some alcohol, let's divide them up and say, usually is business class 2 times as compared to economy 2 to 3 times, and then first class another 2 to 3 times compared to business class, right? And if you just Google it, they make more profit from the first class and business class than the whole economy combined, right? Usually it's the most profitable, it's the first class and the business class. That's where they actually make the profit, right? The economy class covers the cost. So that's what it is. Best, better, right? And best. So they want to think of the 3. Is it, do I buy the basic thing, or do I want something buy it better, or do I want just like good, better, and best, right? And you also see this in credit cards. You have the standard Amex card, and then you have the gold Amex card, and then you have the overpriced, mysterious black card, right? It's the same fucking thing. Like it doesn't, black card is this and that is all. No. You use it exactly the same. You buy something, you swipe it. In fact, the black card kind of sucks because it's kind of metal, titanium. Some card machine, it doesn't work, right? And you pay a premium price for it. You got to spend X amount of money, X amount of dollars per year to get it, right? And they don't even tell you how to get it. You can't apply. They invite you. Ooh, everybody does this. Ooh, right? You invite you when you're ready. That means you've spent a whole bunch of money. That's what it means. They invite you when you're ready, right? So it works, and you see this in a lot of our day-to-day purchase, right? I'll give you an example, because you might think, credit card airline, I don't run a credit card company, I don't own an airline, how does this apply to me? It's the same thing. So the way I like to make offers, a lot of times, you will see, and I'll walk you through it, that now this, I'm giving away a little bit of my secret here, right? It's okay, because I'm teaching you offer, because I like to be transparent. In this case, I purposely did it a little bit different. So it's, for those of you who are with me, this would be a new strategy for you. So when I make this offer, so we have HTC, which is High Ticket Closer Certification 3.0, as you can see here, right? Which is $4,000. How much? Put in the chat, $4,000 in pricing, right? $4,000. So you want to take HTC, it's $4,000. It's a 90-day transformational program, and you get a coach to go through the whole 90 days with you. And then I have HT Coach, right? HT Coach. If for those of you in coaching, meaning you want to become a certified coach, or you want to learn coaching skill, meaning leadership skill to coach your own team for your own business. You could take HT Coach, which is $10,000. So you got $4,000 and you got $10,000. Make sense? Right? It's 3 boxes, right? So we have the good, we have better, and then, but we have on the very far right, do you see the best value at the top? Do you see that? Right? So this way is positioned, but if you buy both at the same time, you buy HT Coach and you buy HTC, which is, I call that the dual offer, it's $10,000. Now, tell me why this is compelling, just from not the benefit, but from a pricing perspective. I want to see if you get the lesson here. Bingo, Alex and Olga gets it, right? So basically, as an avatar, that means if I get HTC's 4,000, if I get HT Coach's 10,000, I get both is 10,000, I get both. So it's like I'm getting HTC for free. Does that make sense? Right? And the reason is because HT Coach is designed to coach on the HTC curriculum. So no one would just like, I just take HT Coach. No, you still got to go through HTC. Because it's based on that, the way we design the program. Right? Because you cannot do high-ticket coaching without understanding high-ticket closing. So I package it that way. And here's what's most important. You will see we also include a number of bonuses. Example, if you get the dual, you would also get the Dragon Ready collection. That means essentially every single program that we have on Denlock University, which is over 45 of them now. So if you were to go to denlockshop.com and I want you to see the offer and you see if you want to get Dragon Ready collection, just Dragon Ready collection alone is $15,000. Nothing else. But if you get the dual HTC and HT Coach, you get HTC included, it's only $10K plus you get Dragon Ready collection. See, remember, I'm teaching you bonus stacking, right? Plus strategic pricing. Is that interesting, right? Now, that's how you create a compelling offer, even though it's the programs. So even though I have 2 major programs in here, but I'm combining the 2 to create the best one, right? So, because usually when I teach the 3 boxes, the difference, like the variation is this. Usually we do it like this, right? You have this is the most expensive, this is the middle one, and we want to focus on selling the middle one, right? Just like car wash. Exterior, interior, wax, right? Most people pick this one. This is $10, this is 20, this is 100. But in this case, the way that I have done to position this particular offer is I have flipped the 2. So the 10,000 becomes this. It's like, let me make it clear for you because this is important. I've done this in this case. It's like same price, but way more value for this one. You see how that works? Same price, because it's not a different price. It's 10,000 or 10,000, but this one you get this, and this is all included plus all these other bonuses. Instead of I get this and I get that later. No, it's kind of all inclusive. You get 2 of my signature programs plus the Dragon Ready collection that has almost every single program that I have ever produced. Right? You get a full library. Does that make sense? Right? So think about that. What I don't like to do when I make offers is you just give them one option. Because when you give them one option, the answer your prospect would have is yes or no. Either I want to buy or I don't want to buy it. When you give them 2 options, it's a little bit better, right? It's either A or B. Psychologically, A or B. They're not thinking about yes or no. They're thinking about yes or yes. You see that? Right? It's either a small yes or bigger yes. But what I really like to do all the time is the 3 boxes, like good, better, and best, because it's like yes, yes, or hell yes. I like the hell yes in the middle, right? Like yes, hell yes. Okay, that's good. That makes it so much simpler and so much more compelling. This has produced so much profit for us. Please use it. Do the 3 boxes in what you do. Even though you're not counting to sell on this, it's okay. Use it for price contrast. Use it for price contrast. Put it out there. So let's say you've got a program, example, a downsell that's $1,000 low ticket. You've got a program that's $10,000. That's good. That's your high ticket. I want you to just put together something, $25,000, $35,000, $50,000. Even though you're not planning to sell it, it doesn't matter. Just put it out there. The reason is when you have price contrast, it makes the middle offer look much more compelling. Much more compelling. Much more compelling. Because comparison. Just through contrast. Does that make sense? Yes? Yeah, it's very, very powerful. Very powerful. Because people want to buy the best, and sometimes people want to buy the most expensive offer because that's their identities. That's who they are, right? Like some people, like, oh, they travel first class. They just travel first class. They don't want to buy economy, right? They just don't. They want to know what is the best option that you have. That's, not only they could afford it, it's just the way they buy, right? So when you offer good, better, and best, and when you have something that's like basic, people who may not be in a position to afford, like people who can't afford like business class or first class, at least they can still travel, they buy economy, that's okay. Right? So you have an option to downsell to people, right? And then you have an option, people want the best. So it's there.